now and then I need to escape the daily routine, get out on the road and explore. So after some days of planning, I took some days off of work and decided to head to the Pyrenees to go on a solo off-road trip. So I packed my bags, put the bike on the trailer and headed on a 12-hour drive to France. Here I would stay at some friend's place to get some rest and leave the car and trailer during my trip. I packed my bike, prepped everything for the next day and got some rest. I left my car and went straight to the village of Po, just north of the Spanish border. From here on, it's just endless twisties until you reach the top of the pass. Time to enjoy the sun and start looking for a place to sleep. I scouted a bit on maps and found a dirt road going completely to the top of the ski piste. I didn't know where it would end, I just saw it on maps, but it was worth a shot. The trail going up was insane. It was amazing, beautiful, and some nice rugged off-road. My first taste of off-road on this trip, so it felt amazing. I didn't know what I was going to encounter on the top, but I hope I would find a place to sleep. I wasn't planning on going down the whole way again, so fingers crossed. Arriving at the end of the trail, I started looking around for a nice place to pitch my tent. I don't know if camping was allowed or not here, but I was completely alone, it was off-season, and it was just me and my tent. I made sure to make a sober pitch and leave no trace. place was amazing. No sound, just me and my tent in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by mountains. No sounds, just peace. I went to bed pretty early and I had a pretty cold night of sleep. But I managed well. It was really silent and it was so peaceful. I had the best rise and shine ever in the morning. The views were amazing and that coffee never tasted as good.
Next morning, I started out the same off-road track that I did on the way up. Later, I will continue on a track that I found on Wikiloc. It said no big bikes, but we'll see how it turns out. I would try and make my way down to a campground in the north of Spain where I would meet up with Job, a Dutch rider also known as Rally Job, also driving a Tenere 700. In the next 2 days, I will be doing some routes together with them before setting off on my own again. So let's see what it brings.
For everyone wondering what I take with me while camping, I will make a separate video about my camping gear, riding gear, spare parts I take, tools I take on the trip, some extras, and the video gear I use. So subscribe and stay tuned, or if you want to know anything else about my gear, leave it in the comments and I'll make sure to make a video about it. Stay tuned.
The Wikiloc off-road track was super nice. Weather was nice and the trail was a nice mix of fast flowy sections and some rocky parts. I was pretty exhausted that day, so I took a nice break before taking on the worst section with the rocks that you see here. So it was a well-deserved rest, and after the trail I headed on the street straight to the camping ground. This was the last section of the trail. After this, it was some twisty roads until I reached the campground. Next time in part 2, we'll get to see some riding of me and Joop together, and some of the last tracks before I headed home. So please stay tuned, give it a like, and subscribe. See you!